Hello, folks. It is me. Well, who else would it be? We're at Thursday, and it is the 9th of August, and I need to continue doing some reviews before I get way behind, because we hit a point here where people are sending music, and music is coming my way. So I want to do another public eyesore review. They sent me several things, and I'm going slow because that's what I'm doing. The next thing I want to review, and this is a very positive review. Public eyesore has a sister label or a companion label. Everything is so weird now about what you can say regarding gender. I think it's madness. I'm just an old guy. I'm just use the words I use. Okay. So a companion label for public eyesore is the label EH with a question mark, and it's just another outlet for just very interesting outsider, I don't know what the right word, experimental work. And here is a new release on the L label, and this is really good. Tanya, Chen, and John Lydecker. Now, the cool thing about Public Eyesore and Brian Day's endeavor is that he is working in the world of it's interesting. It's like there are all these different camps in the art and music worlds and entertainment, and many of them don't seem to cross much. There's the academic world of experimental music, and then there's the street level world, and both of these camps hardly ever dip over into the popular. They do sometimes, but mostly it's two different worlds. That's where this music is coming from. It's coming from the world of art, international. Tanya Chen has quite a reputation as a leading exponent of the interpretation of the works of John Cage. She's primarily a pianist, but on here she's operating devices. I dare say that what we see on the cover here are the instruments that they're using for these live performances. Her partner on this is John Lydecker. John Lydecker has his own background. He's in the band Matmos. He goes by the name Wobbly as an electronic musician. I have him also on this album where he's with Mobius of Cluster, Tim Story, and John Lydecker. Snow Ghost Pieces on the Bureau B label. This is really quite wonderful, and I probably reviewed it hastily when I first got it. But John Lydecker is a sound manipulator, wonderful thinker in terms of creativity. This has that mix of German whimsy and otherworldliness that we got with Cluster and Harmonia and Neu, mixed with Tim Story, who, if you know, he's a pianist, with beauty. This is a really good album, actually, as I'm showing it. But to get back to the Public Eyesore, also Lydecker, I have him on this Matmos CD. The rose has teeth in the mouth of a beast. And this is something that I really, it's something that I need to explore more. But this, I played a couple times, and I really like it. It appears to be these live improvisations between Lydecker and Chen using these instruments, these power tools, toys, looks like maybe a radio or a little sampler of some sort. And this is really, really good. When it comes to improvisation, I do have a sense of what I like, and I listen, and it seems like some people are good at instant composition or finding elements that are working quickly, whereas some others, including myself, because I don't always like the improvisations that I record. Some improvisation or some experiments are literally that. You're experimenting, kind of throwing things against the wall to see what sticks, or you just try something and you just do it until you're done. Maybe something happened, maybe it didn't. This is really potent. Lydecker and Tanya Chen. She's at the top here. These two folks create a very interesting sound field. There's an aspect of playfulness to parts of it, but mostly what I hear is invention and living. It's like when you have kind of freed up your sensibilities to just listen when you're out and about in the world, to just listen to what's happening and experience that, and how stimulating and interesting just the sound of the world is. So with that mindset, let me get a hit of coffee. I'm open to stuff like this. I like this a lot. Tanya, Chen, and John Lydecker. I have a lot of stuff to get to. I'll let you know, John Dawson, that I received your CDs yesterday. I'll get to them soon. The other thing I want to talk about, review in this one, is a Light in the Attic release set I pre-ordered by Hiromi Hosono. Hiromi Hosono is really getting up there in age. I think he just turned 80. From Japan. He's one of the first Japanese rock artists. I don't know if star is the right word, but he's a pioneer when it comes to Japanese music, electronic and otherwise. And one of his albums, which is one of my favorites, Omni Sightseeing, has for the first time been released on vinyl by Light in the Attic. This came out in 1989. I just love this album. I love Hiromi Hosono. He's one of my favorites, truly one of my favorite artists. Which reminds me, I haven't mentioned Thomas Stanko. One of you, Michael, from the community has asked me to mention him. I only have one album by Stanko. Rest in peace. So I really can't talk about him, But I can talk about Hosono, and it comes to mind because of the idea that as time goes on, the clock keeps ticking and we're all getting older, and Hosono is just due great respect. He started the band Yellow Magic Orchestra. The person who zoomed to stardom out of Yellow Magic Orchestra, though, was Ryuichi Sakamoto, but the man behind the curtain, or really the person who really started it all, and the real genius, well, Sakamoto is too, but Hosono, I gather that Hosono got to the point where he hated or was hating on Sakamoto, probably partially because of what I said of Sakamoto ending up being the public figure, stealing some of Hosono's much deserved credit. This so often happens in the public eye because pretty people, and that's what it always comes down to, is sex appeal. I know I'm not overstating this. It's just so obvious that, sex appeal goes a long way with everything. Pretty faces sell and attractive people get favored. You can argue about it till the cows come home, but all you got to do is look at what happens, and that's what's up. So back to Hosono. This is an amazing album. Sightseeing refers to how the music is like taking a tour of the world through audio, just different parts of the world. It explains it in the book. This is so fantastic. I've had it since it came out. I don't have nearly enough Hosono on vinyl. I love his work though. Here's some more. This is the album that led to the and I've shown these before, but right quick, because I just respect Hosono. This led to the formation of Yellow Magic Orchestra, Harry Hosono and the Yellow Magic Band, Paraiso. Tropical Dandy. Here's one where I have to admit this, I only have the cover. When I found this, I thought, I was so disappointed they couldn't find the record, but I bought the cover. I have the CD. And this is his early stuff when he was really getting into American music, which that part of his career is not that interesting to me, yet I understand how it is to him. When he went into electronic music, he pioneered a lot of stuff. And here's one of those first ones, besides Paraiso, Cochin Moon, with Mori, where's his name? Tadanori Yoku and Hosono, Cochin Moon. This is an original. This has just been reissued too. Endless Talking by Hosono. The things that he did with sampling, and I think he's a groundbreaker along with Eno and John Hassel when it comes to ambient music. This album here is an ambient music masterpiece. People have asked about ambient music. I mentioned this one, Mercuric Dance by Hiromi Hosono. Amazing work. Philharmony. This one also is being reissued by Light in the Attic, but here's an original. Just amazing. Just some of the best electronic music, in my opinion. Video game music. He's one of the guys that created the sound of video games. And here's an album capturing a lot of it. Early days. SFX. James Brown is recorded with Hosono. It's not on this album, but this period when he did the SFX thing with Friends of Earth. James Brown is involved in that. And then Mental Sports Mixes. I have two pressings, an American and a Dutch pressing. I love Hosono. And just again to kind of make a point, this is part of what I have by Hosono on CD. These are all of them. I love his work. Paradise View. Amazing work. I just showed you this on vinyl. Endless Talking. HIS. Project with these two singers. Some interesting pop music. Cochin Moon on CD. Coincidental music by Hosono. Again, he's just one of the most amazing people. NDE, Near Death Experience by Hosono. This is fantastic. Seriously, this is just amazing. NDE. Tale of Genji. I love this work. Hosono in the 90s, the Michael Brook remix CD. One of the more recent Hosonos where he's doing the old style. Flying Saucer, 1947. This is where he's stopped doing electronic music and gone back to the rootsy thing, playing ukulele and stuff. Paraiso on CD. Just showing you, I love Hosono's work. Tropical Dandy on CD. Here we have the Ex Machina original soundtrack. Music by Hosono and YMO. Here's one I bought in Japan. I still don't know what the name of this project is. It's dedicated to some filmmaker, but there's a couple of Hosono tracks on here, only on here to this day. As far as I know, they're only on this CD, but I don't know the name of this. But one of the Hosono tracks on here is real cool. He was good at that. Just real special. Naga. Ah, amazing. Here he is with Adam. Hat. I could just go on. Hosono. So, back to the top. Tanya, Chen, John Lydecker on Records, which is a part of Public Eyesore. I highly recommend it. I also want to again remind you that I have a new CD out. The World is Burning. Topically, it's right on point, even though I wrote that song back in the 80s. Right now, the world is burning. You look at California and just everything. Buy it. Grab it. I have another new CD on the way with Brett Harold Hart. Should have that next week. Talk to you.